Welcome to Marcel Moments. Today I want to share with you about being unequally yoked. This text comes from 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. And oftentimes when we talk about being unequally yoked, we want to apply that to marriage. But it's not just about marriage, it's about relationships. Being unequally yoked means that light and darkness cannot dwell in the same room. It means that God has nothing to do with Satan. It means that in our relationships, we have to understand that there are certain people that we don't need to be connected to or connected with. The point I want to make today, however, is that in our journey, a lot of times we develop friendships, and a lot of times we have family relationships that we have been in for so long that are toxic and that don't mean us any good. But there comes a time in our life where we have to understand that God has called us for such a time as this to be biblical. That God is saying, I've called you to a higher level. I've called you to greater things. And the love and the gifting that I've placed within you ought not to be tainted, and it cannot share space with the devil. And so when we talk about being unequally yoked, we have to understand that sometimes we take along with us garbage and baggage that we need not take with us. It's okay to end relationships that are toxic. It's okay to recognize that your friend, your long-term friend, or your loved one has not moved along as you have. Because when we accepted Christ, we didn't become sinless. It wasn't an instantaneous thing, but we do sin less and less and less. And so in our journey, okay, as Christians, as the anointed of God, as the called of God, as the chosen of God, we have to understand that there will be changes along the way. And part of those changes means changing relationships. It means changing friendships. It means recognizing that there are certain family members that we can intercede for, that we can spend maybe holiday time with. But in terms of a daily walk, it just is not appropriate. And it's okay to end those relationships. It does not mean stopping loving them. It does not mean not praying for them. It does not mean not caring about them. But what it means is you have a call in your life. You are bearing the fruit of the Spirit. You are bearing and carrying the Holy Ghost. And the Holy Ghost does not and cannot be contaminated with filth. And that means that you have to recognize the gift and the giftings that are within you and understand that God wants you yoked with those who are going to build and encourage that which He's planted within you. And so on this Marcel moment, understand that being unequally yoked is not just about marriage. It's about all relationships. And it's about understanding that light and darkness cannot dwell together. And just as God cannot dwell with Satan, neither can we dwell and live with unhealthy relationships. I'm Horace Marcel, and this is my Marcel moment.